Today's video will have big spoilers for Kuma Miko, so you've been warned. The response even led to the show's scriptwriter deleting his Twitter. However, this show's ending is not as out of place as it first seems. Kuma Miko lays the framework on how the show will end through character action, motive, and intentions. To explain, let's focus on the three central characters of Kumadi Village: the bear Natsu, the village officer Yoshio, and the village Miko Machi. Before tackling the bear and Miko duo, let's look at Machi's older cousin, Yoshio, who plays a big part in the plot. Yoshio constantly comes to ask and subsequently trick Machi into doing several tasks for the revitalization of Kumadi Village. This includes handing out samples at a supermarket and starring in a commercial. This show constantly brings up Machi's social anxieties and insecurities. Yoshio's delegated advertising duties usually force her to go varying degrees from her small comfort zone. This usually ends up producing negative results, culminating at the Sendai. Natsu as a character serves as a duality in terms of Machi. Between Yoshio and Natsu, Natsu definitely had more sway and involvement in how the show ended. Machi is Natsu's closest friend and the person he grew up with. He pushes the hardest for Machi to adapt to modern society, teaching her about stores, the internet, and modern technology. However, his deepest desire is for Machi to stay in the village with him forever. In the first episode, Machi told Natsu about her desire to go to the city for schooling. Natsu is shocked by this, but then gives her tests and assignments that she must pass before he approves or works with Yoshio to persuade Machi to do stuff. Some of these tests prove fairly reasonable, but a few of them, due to Machi's social anxiety, put Machi under a lot of pressure or set her up for failure. Meanwhile, Natsu attempted multiple times to change her mind about leaving the village. As Machi travels to the city to compete in the idol competition, Natsu breaks. He starts off praying to the mountain gods for Machi to succeed and do well at representing the village. However, he ends up wishing for her to be unable to live outside the village. It hurts him to be so two-faced about the matter, and he knows that he's wrong, but he can't help it. It hurts too much to even think about his best friend leaving him, possibly for good if she enjoys a new city life. They rely on each other so much emotionally and for their duties that he can't live without her. He gets over his sulking when he finds out Machi went missing and helps her to get through her breakdown on stage. The big issue comes afterwards, where he flips the script when Machi decides never to leave the village again. He even goes as far as to speak up and advertise the samples in the store. Her sounds are so pitiful that both Machi and the customers suffer. It took Yoshio stepping in with his natural charisma to put out more than the small amount of samples Machi gives out. She constantly projects her own insecurities onto the people she sees during her severe anxiety attacks, with insults such as some progress and knew that she would face challenges in reaching her ambitions and goals. The way that she responds and sees these challenges counteract these thoughts and stunted her growth. If anything, it came up as a cry for help for some type of therapy. After performing a lot of these tasks, Machi would be very emotionally drained, and these tasks were relatively light. The show could have definitely taken a more optimistic take, offering hope for the future, and I wish it did, but there is no way she was going to succeed at her main goal at her current. While the show ended on a bit of a sour note, it wasn't the super nonsensical ending it was made out to be, with the framework of the show being laid down during the runtime. Yoshio shows rather questionable morals, but the reasoning is soundly written. Natsu ends the show with a selfish and harmful decision, but the reason why is relatable, and the show laid hints on how he would decide based on his words and actions. Machi herself makes some progression in the show, but gives off the impression that she needs some sort of help due to her crippling anxiety. Also, she didn't show much chance for success in her current mind state. She is often persuaded by the other two, but the center of these persuasions, for better or for worse, is her own goals. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave it a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, you can check out one of my older reviews, which is on Inferno Cop, and you can check out my friend Canipa, who is a great YouTuber. Anyways, thank you for watching and see you guys soon. Peace.